everyone, Steve here from Tech Toy Tinker and Retro Arena. I wanted to do a brief two-part video, I guess brief's a lie, it's about an hour and 10 minutes. But I wanted to go through and showcase a lot of the games I've been testing on the AIA Retro Power 4800U AMD using Yuzu for a Switch. I should also start off by saying that all the games that I'm showcasing here are games that I own and I've dumped to my Switch myself. I know how Nintendo likes to get. This one takes a minute to load. Plays fine, just takes a minute to load. I'll be doing a comparison video with the Next when I get it, by the way. AIA Next. This game works, but some of the graphics for the text are upside down in Celeste. I'm not going to play every single game. I'm going to go through and show you a good chunk of them, but like if I have 2 or 3 of the same game, just a different title, so like version 234, I'm not going to do that. I'll just show the more demanding one. Also, because I'm on Windows 11, or I think it's because I'm on Windows 11, because it's only started happening since I got here, Yuzu will close every now and then on me randomly. Should come as no surprise, these easier games emulate fine. You get the idea. Collection of Mana is really just the earlier SNES games and whatnot. Crash Bandicoot does run. It's maybe a touch slow, but not to the point where it's unplayable. It sometimes seems like it's a little slow. There's that crash again. On these AIA devices, for the record, you always want to be using Vulkan. OpenGL works, it just doesn't give as great of a frame rate. Apparently the audio is super quiet in this game, or it takes forever to kick in, one of the two. We're gonna be here for like half an hour, by the way, so, you know, get something to eat, something to drink. Actually, it's not actually feeling that slow now that I think about it. I mean, I can see that by the FPS. The FPS is only, it's like 22, 23, which it should be 30, obviously. But playing it, running at like 22 to 24 FPS as it is, it doesn't really feel slow. I don't think it looks like it either. So is it perfect? No, but is it playable? For sure it is. Honestly, I think expecting perfection... I'll hold that thought.
It's on!
You get the point. So as I was saying, holding that thought, I don't think that when we're talking about current generation consoles, I don't think expecting perfect emulation is realistic in the first place. I don't even think expecting perfect emulation from last gen consoles is realistic.
Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores.
As you can see, this works quite well.
Take me? Take me where? No. There's no need to be nervous. Nervous? No. Just your appearance. It's a little intimidating. Intimidating? Me? But I'm your friend. My name's Manny Calavera. I'm your new travel agent. I don't want a new travel agent. I want to go home. You can't go home, sir. ¿Qué es esto? It's some sort of special work order.
To all agents from Office Manager Don Copel.
All right, you boneheads, thank your lucky stars and get to...
For Grim Fandango, it depends what version you have. If you have the old DOS version or Windows PC version, play it through DOSBox or play it through ScumVM. If you have the PS3 version, you can play it on the PS3 emulator. If you have the Switch version, dump it, play it on Switch emulator. I don't support piracy, but I do support people's ability to back up games and play them on whatever medium they want. If you have a handheld that can run almost all your systems in one place, why should you run 30 different systems when you could just play it in one place? Just back up your games and play them. That being said, please don't ask me where to find games. I won't tell you. I also won't share the ones I dump with you. They're my own personal backups. I can full screen it, by the way. I'm just making a choice not to, so you can see the FPS and whatnot. There's no performance degradation from full screen versus that windowed mode. Solid 60 FPS here. I'll do this because it's the newest one. This one runs reasonably well. It gets a little bit slow at some points for a moment here and there when there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's not too bad. And the other game, that one that came out a couple years earlier, runs fine. I mean, there's a moment slowdown here and there, but nothing serious. Nothing that would impact your gameplay. Surprisingly, it's games like Mario Odyssey and Luigi's Mansion that are really kind of... Well, Luigi's Mansion's okay. It's more Mario Odyssey. Though I suspect once I get the next, it'll be better. I know these devices are expensive, but for emulation, they're definitely monstrous. The Next versus the Steam Deck, the Steam Deck is better for PC gaming, but the Next, because of its CPU, is better for emulation. A lot of emulation is more CPU than GPU. So really it depends what you want as a consumer. If you're going to do mostly PC gaming, you want a Steam Deck. If you want to do emulation like Switch, PS3, 360, Xbox, PSP, whatever, then you probably want the Neo Next, I should say. PSP I probably shouldn't add in that list, but like the higher end emulation is more CPU bound. Again, we got the famous Yuzu close. I'm gonna shoot for about 30 minutes for this video and then about the same for the second video, to split it into 2 parts. I don't want to try to sit here and do a full hour-long video all in one shot. Seems like it might be a bit much. I think what I'll do is probably upload one right away today and one the other half tomorrow. I feel like this game is really underrated. It's a really good game, and it really got overlooked by a lot of people, even though it got picked up by Rockstar, and it's kind of like an opposite of GTA, because you're the cop trying to solve the clues and do the missions and whatnot, instead of the bad guys.
We'll search right up to the back wall.
But it's very well made, and it was really well thought out, and I'm pretty sure it's by a third-party independent studio, and Rockstar just distributed the game.
Look at this junk.
Seems irrelevant.
If you have not played LA Noire, do yourself a favor and go out and get a copy. This particular game feels like it runs a little bit slow to me. There's some tweaking and messing around you can do with it to get it better on the AI Pro 2021. It's not unplayably slow, you just gotta do some tweaking and messing around. It does feel a little slow though, I'm not gonna lie to you. Apparently the audio is also super quiet at first. See, it's not horribly slow, like it doesn't feel terrible. It just feels a tiniest little bit. See, like when it's up in the 35, 39 FPS range, it feels fine. And then when it slows down to like 27 to 29, it feels a little bit slow. It's definitely playable. It just, yeah, it feels a little bit slow for a moment here and there. The easiest and most direct way to get a Switch game onto your PC or your AI device is to just, I mean, honestly, the easiest way is to get an original generation one that you can mod easily. And then you just dump your cartridges to the SD card, and then you can move them over to your PC. Luigi's Mansion here, I don't really know why it's listed as bad. I haven't played it for that long, but it seems to be working fine to me. I mean, I've played it on my actual console and here, and it doesn't seem to be horribly different. I'll play it for a couple of minutes. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. See, it's sitting solid 29 FPS. And because this game is only run at 30 FPS normally, jumping between 29 and 30 isn't really a big deal. The thing is, I'm not really seeing why this is marked as bad unless there's something later in the game that I'm unaware of, but like right now, I'm not experiencing or seeing any issue at all. As you can see though, it runs perfectly fine. I'm gonna keep playing for another couple minutes. I'll go to the scene at the elevator where the girl comes out and then Boo chases you or whatever. The detail here is really nice though. Keep in mind that this is coming, I've got it running from the AL Retro Power connected to HDMI out through the USB-C, so USB-C to HDMI, and then I'm using OBS Studio to record screen 2. So basically I'm streaming to the TV and then recording the TV screen with OBS Studio, and it's still running okay, even with OBS and whatnot running in the background using some extra resources and everything. I was gonna edit the taskbar out of this video, but then I figured why bother? It's not hurting anything, and I wanted you guys to be able to see the FPS, and when I click file or emulation and stop, I wanted you to see what I was doing so I wasn't just randomly clicking something out of frame. So I figured I'd just leave it alone.
Luigi.
So we're 25 minutes into this video that's going to be about half an hour. If you're still here listening right now, put a 25 in the comment section. Well, it caught me. But as you can see, this game works fine. I don't know why it says bad. I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know what it is. Kingdom Battle is kind of buggy. It works, but your character flickers. This game works great. I'll show you guys real quick. Let's do this. Mario Party Superstars works alright. Monopoly works fine alright. Or fine as well, but that's a pretty simple game to play. This is listed as intro/menu, but I mean, the menu, the colors are kind of buggy and messed up, but once I get in-game, I haven't had an issue yet. The thing is that the frame rate's not promising when you're in the town, so I imagine maybe if you're in a big fight with a lot of monsters at once, it might be pretty bad. I haven't got that far yet, though, so I don't really know. At some point, I'll play a bit further into this game, and I'll keep you guys posted as to whether it works okay or not. Here's the menu I was talking about. See, the frame rate's only in the mid to low 20s, but it's not negatively impacting gameplay. My fear is that when it drops below 24 or 23, you'll start feeling it a little bit. Just something to keep in mind. It seemingly works, it just might get a little choppy at points. This also says intro menu, and I didn't have any serious issue with it. Just kind of goes to show that it's, if you have a game, whether it's listed as working or not, it's worth trying it anyways, because sometimes those reports are a little bit outdated. They can even be from a year ago. And so just because something didn't work when it was reported doesn't mean that it doesn't now, a few months or a year later. This game also takes a minute to load up. I see we're over 30 minutes. I'll try to end the video pretty quick and not keep you guys too much longer.
Coming to you live from Slayman Main Stadium in Terabay, home of the Mutineers. This stadium is filled to capacity. Remember, in the MFL, we encourage the Welcome to MFL Game Day. Grim Blitzrow here. Hi, everyone. Grim Blitzrow with you on MFL Game Day. Hey, Bricks, do you smell something burning?
Thanks for reminding me. I left my rubber foot in the toaster oven to warm it up. Last time I left it there too long, it came out like Saganaki. It's freezing in here.
Hey, why don't you take your shampoo and ouzo, stick your head in the toaster oven, that'll warm you up.
And it's 1st and 10.
Hot one, hot two, hot.
Like he just ran into the line at the DMV.
And guess what, Grim? That line ain't moving.
Yeah, that was kind of my point, Bricks.
I used to play Mutant League football and Mutant League hockey with my dad when I was a kid on Sega Genesis, so I was pretty stoked when they re-released it again on Switch. Had to have it. And again, of course it would. Why not, right? Gotta love Windows 11. With this particular game here, though, as a Saturn fan, I can tell you guys that this is a huge improvement. Visually speaking, watch this. I have this on both Saturn and Switch. And as much as I love Saturn, the visuals here are really nice. Actually, I've got one on Xbox too called Orta. I think you get the point. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here for tonight because we're already getting to like 35 minutes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for part 2.